Top Flight TV. I don't know what I'm saying. It's early. I just woke up. It's not even early. Y'all forgive me. I just woke up from a little power nap. I've been up all morning getting to it, man. But we here. I'm about to wake up. And we about to wake it up, man. What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? Today we here to talk about Curtis 50 Cent Jackson versus P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs. And I'm asking the question, is Diddy wrong? Is 50 wrong? I told y'all bear with me. Is 50 wrong for producing this documentary that's out on Netflix right now? Is he wrong? I'm gonna give my opinion. I'm gonna give my strong opinion. Y'all know how I do over here. And we're not gonna hold no punches. I'm gonna let it be known how I feel. We all know 50's been going back and forth. Well, not back and forth, but going at Diddy real heavy. He's been, antagonizing Diddy. And it's different because Diddy is at his lowest, you know what I'm saying? And not saying he should have some type of sympathy for him, but I want to talk about Cole, man. I'm going to just let it out, man. If 50 was from my neighborhood and he pulled a stunt like this, and he pulled the stunts that he pulled, if 50 was from my neighborhood, we would have called him a bitch ass nigga. That would be his label. This is bitch assness. Okay, this documentary is bitch assness. And we're gonna break it down because I personally believe, Buzzer Cam, what it do, homie? I personally believe there's something bigger behind this. Why is 50 going so hard at Diddy? I believe that 50 is incentivized. I believe they may have something on 50, or they may be paying 50, because this doesn't make a lot of sense to me. 50's excuse for doing this documentary is that if he didn't do this documentary, people would think that hip hop was co-signing Diddy's behavior. It's not good enough, Curtis. That's not good enough. As much stuff that goes on in the hip hop world, from killings to the R word to domestic violence, as much stuff that goes on in the hip hop community, you're gonna single out Puff Daddy to be a some sort of moral authority? Buzzer Camp says, "Yep, 50 is giving me opportunists now." I think it's deeper than that. I think it's deeper. I think 50 is being incentivized, or I think somebody has something on 50 cents. This is giving slave vibes. This is giving house nigga vibes. You dig? This is giving house. He's acting. This is the prime example of a house nigga. You're gonna take this other slave out, right? Or else we on your ass. Okay? Bobby Heenan says 50 Cent is moving Diddy out the way for Diddy's business connections. Jay-Z is his next target. Okay. I'm not mad at that perspective. That sounds valid. But really think about this though. Business connections at this point, Diddy is at his lowest at this point. What business connections does he really have left? You know what I'm saying? Like, the business connections are already moved out the way. The path is clear. The way the corporate people work is, once one Negro is obsolete, they move on to the next one. They don't really need Diddy like that at this point. Diddy's a liability. Who's gonna work with him? I want to say, man, where I'm from, 50 will be labeled a bitch ass nigga. We don't do. This is not what we do. I want to talk about the hypocrisy amongst the so-called community. I don't know who these new people are that are celebrating this documentary. I don't know who they are. I don't know where they from. Uh, these niggas are weird. I've never seen such a thing. I'm 40. I'll be 45 in a couple weeks, next week, and we never got down like this. Where are these niggas from, man? Who does this shit? Dude is in jail, bro. He's in the penitentiary. What else do you want from that man? Right? Bobby Heenan said he's showing those little hats that he could be more of an asset. I like that. That's a smart man right there, Bobby Heenan. See, this is why we come on to get new perspective. I don't come on here like I'm a know-it-all. Listen, that makes perfect sense. He's an asset, like Fed, like a federal asset. You know what I'm saying? Like, he showed us that he'll throw his integrity out, his morals out. 50 was supposed to be the ultimate street dude. This is clearly rat vibes. He's trying to get Diddy indicted on this Pac murder, which we all know. See, now people are running. I gotta slow down because the shit is so ridiculous. All of these stories are those of us that are intertwined in the YouTube world and the social media world. We already knew all these stories. The Kirk Burrows, you know what I'm saying? All these different stories we've already heard about. We already knew about. 50 seems like he wants to get Diddy re-indicted. This is some R. Kelly shit. Did y'all remember when R. Kelly's documentary hit the media? This is what took R. Kelly all the way out. Diddy, 50 is trying to get Diddy that life sentence. Now you got people running around. You got regular people that don't know shit about shit. They run around here talking about Diddy got Pac killed. And we already know that's not the truth. And Angelo's, what it do, my homie? And Angelo says, all I gotta say is Tyler, the Creator, is a straight up clown for doubling down on that gay shit. I don't know what he doubled down on. When will 50 cents give you all, the people that are happy? I'm talking about the people that are happy. See, the ignorant, it's a bunch of ignorant niggas running around here clapping. Oh yeah, 50 Cent, you so petty. Oh, don't get 50 started. Oh, you don't want to be on 50's bad side. 50 has never gave y'all nothing positive. What is 50 Cent giving the black community that's positive? Listen, I'm not against making gangster films. I'm not against making gangster music. But at some point, you got to balance it out. At some point, you got to be known for something other than black destruction. You understand? BMF, you dig? The Diddy documentary, you dig? There's supposed to be a paid in full documentary or series coming. What has 50 done of value? If you care about the hip hop community so much, why is it that you haven't given anything of substance to the hip hop community? These are just questions, man. Bobby Heenan said, as I get older, I start to look at all of these rap niggas differently. I remember being at a cookout in 98, sitting in proximity to Tretch and Vinny, and they wasn't who I thought they were. Bro, let me tell you, I'm around a lot of these dudes. I'm around a lot of these guys. And, you know, it's very surprising. It's very rare to find somebody who is who they are on that record. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, some of them are. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been around Gates and Schmurda, the Baby, but some of these guys are different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. How many more powers do y'all need? How much more black destruction y'all gonna let 50 sell y'all and clap for it? You niggas is lost, man. Now let's get to the deeper part. Let's talk about the hypocrisy. We talking about the same 50 Cent that burnt his baby mother's house down, his baby mother and his son's house down, or attempted to burn it down. We talking about this Curtis Jackson? So you got people out here celebrating this documentary. They're talking about how bad Diddy is. Meanwhile, Curtis, he has a sexual assault case from his baby mother. Yes, he does. He is accused, and he settled, if I'm not mistaken, for trying to burn his baby mother house down. But everybody's acting like 50 Cent is just this. Nah, man. What about Dr. Dre? Your big man. Your big man beat up D Barnes. A lot of people don't know about this. A lot of people don't know about this. Dr. Dre was charged back in the 90s for beating 80s and 90s, late 80s, early 90s, for beating up a video disc jockey named D Barnes. So Dre has put hands on women, beat them bad. You understand? And I'm not, listen. At this point, man, it's not even about Diddy. It's about pointing out the hypocrisy. You understand? So 50 is acting like he's gonna save the morality of hip hop. He's saying he did this to show everybody that hip hop does not co-sign this behavior. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. You dig? It makes zero sense. Bobby Heenan said, I used to go to the barber shop with Do It All from Lords of Underground, sat in church with Whitney Houston, running to Red and Queen Latifah all the time, had a fight with Fatal People in Montclair. Yo, you from Jersey, huh? My man been around all the legends, man. I like that. My man's been around a lot of legends. Whitney Houston, nigga. I love Whitney Houston. One of our great foundational Black American singers, man. You dig? But you know, this nigga 50 is a buffoon, man. He's a big fucking ape, man. He looks like an ape. He's like a big smiling cheesing ape. You know what I'm saying? Performing for these white folks. That's what he's doing. He's performing and stroking their ego and entertaining them. You know what I'm saying? He knows he's gonna get a pat on the head from the dominant society. 50 Cent has loved that pat on the head from white folks from day one. You understand? The big swole ape nigga loves that acceptance from the dominant society. He's always loved it. Hanging with Eminem, right? Which is nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying, when you act like a raccoon, then I can't fuck with it. When you running around here really embracing and cheesing and blushing and smiling because the dominant society loves you, and you want to pander to the dominant society, right? You want to throw Diddy under the bus even more. Listen, dude is already in Fort Dix. Enough is enough, man. Let him go. Your baby mother, man. It's a cat online. I forgot his name. He from the feds. I wish I knew his podcast. The podcast was Soul, if I'm not mistaken. He's been reading the transcripts from the court date about how 50's baby mother fell in love with Diddy. How their whole entanglement transpired. You dig? 50 looks like the simp of the year. He says he doesn't have a vendetta about that, but nobody's really believing that. 50 looks like the simp of the year. Like, your baby mother got smashed, nigga. Move on. You dig? Move on, man. Shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, when Diddy's baby mother, when 50's baby mother came into contact with Diddy, she told Diddy, she said, listen, my son's father doesn't like you. I had the same situation happen with me before. I had the same situation. I seen this chick at McDonald's, right? I used to hang at McDonald's and use their Wi-Fi back in the day. This chick came in there, very nice, right? She came in there, and I've seen her before. I've been at home. Her boyfriend was doing my tattoos, right? I used to go to her boyfriend for my tattoos. And we spoke, and she just like hit on me. She just like kicked it off. And I was like, yeah, well, you know, I rock with your man. And you know what she said? She said, no, he doesn't rock with you. He has a lot to say about you. Oh, really? He has a lot to say about me? Okay, well, let's do this. Let's rock out. And we had a prosperous, fun relationship. And I end up fighting dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we fighting? I had to whoop him, by the way. I was victorious. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do. But anyway, what is you mad at me for, bro? She told me that you don't fuck with me. You act like we was homies or something. You dig? So the same thing happened with Diddy. The Diddy's 50 baby mother, like, man, look, he don't even fuck with you. At that point, what do I owe you? At that point, you fair game, man. That's why it's very important not to pillow talk. Let me give y'all some game while we here. Do not pillow talk to your girl about a dude. I don't care if you don't like that dude. I don't care if that dude, you think that dude is whack. Don't ever go to your girl, man, that dude is whack. Look at his outfit. Look, this nigga's, look, he does this, he does that. Don't ever do that. I don't do shit like that, right? I learned my lesson. And I can't say I learned my lesson. This is just in me. We just got shit in us, you know what I'm saying? But once you start talking bad about a dude, your girl is now focused on that dude. And you don't know if your girl already has a crush on that dude. This is real shit, man. Do you think your girl ain't got crushes on dudes out here? Of course she do. Nigga, you got a crush on other bitches while you in a relationship, right? Even if it's innocent. So don't ever think your girl don't have a crush on a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And once you start talking about him, you make him more desirable. You dig? And vice versa. You dig? So 50 is a simp, man. You know, bet you he has a resentment. Diddy was richer than him. You dig? Diddy had more charisma. See, 50 Cent, he's one of these non-dressing ass niggas. Like, 50 has never had any type of swag for real. Now in 06, 50 had fashion sense. He was he had, you know what I mean? Like, he had the little G-string wife beaters. That worked for about 2 years. His little style. And the big hat, the big tee, the muscles, and then that shit went out of style heavy. It fell off very hard. So 50 has always been stuck in that. Have you seen the new G-Unit sweatsuits? They look like something from 05, man. You dig? Bobby Heenan said, that's how I ended up with my wife. Dudes in the army trying to keep her away from me. Yeah, bro. Yeah, niggas gotta learn life, man. You gotta know what's going on. Yeah, man. But yeah, I believe 50 was wrong. I believe 50 is is some sort of incentive for him. I believe that he is showing people, the powers that be, that he's willing to tear other black people down. He's willing to be a tool, an asset for destruction. You dig? At what point are we going to receive something positive from 50 Cent? Should at least Puff had schools. At least Puff had some things going on to where as though he was balancing out. Let's talk about Puff real quick. Why I'm not mad at Puff. I mean, I'm going to talk about Puff. Why you look online right now, people are making Puffy worse than Jeffrey Epstein. They making Puffy a devil, a demon, somebody that's bad, somebody that's irredeemable. Let me tell you something. I understand that Diddy was an addict, man. You dig? That doesn't excuse all his behaviors, but I understand that he was an addict. You can tell, you dig, by some of the stuff that he was doing. That man was addicted to drugs. He told you himself. Other people told you, right? So I identify with that. I'm 22 years clean. And when I was getting high, I did all kind of shit, okay? I did all kind of crazy shit. Let me redeem myself, man. He who is without sin cast the first stone. I'm not religious, but when did all these people become perfect? Everybody online acting like they perfect. Cali R3 said Tupac. Let me say something to y'all. If you still believe, or if you just now believe that Puff Daddy is the reason that Tupac is not here, you're late to the party. That story has been out for over 10 years. The official story has been out for over 10 years. We know Orlando Baby Lane is the one who took Pac out, okay? Now let me say this. Let's say Puffy did have something to do with that. And I'm not a major Puff Daddy fan. I have respect for Puff and the work that he's put in and where he's put himself. As an entrepreneur, I admire any black man that can reach those heights. You understand? No fan, no glaze and none of that. This is just how I feel. Let's just say Puffy had something to do with Pop. They were warring with each other, man. Right? They were at war with each other. What are they supposed to do? Like, what? I mean, if Diddy said, "Hey, I need these niggas out the way," I'm not mad at that. Pac is my favorite of all time, all time, all time. The GOAT of all GOATs, but he talked that gangster shit. He was around gangsters. This is the life that they lived, right? So if somebody put something on his head, that's what's supposed to happen in that game. That's what's supposed to happen in that lane. That's what's supposed to happen when y'all are beefing and you're at war. I will blame Death Row more than I will blame P. Diddy. Death Row should have sheltered Pac. They should have had him moving militant. Death Row should have had Tupac fully secured. I don't blame P. Diddy. These are rules of engagement, man. All about Marici. What's up? Cali R said Pac was a panther above rap. Yeah, listen, Pac knew how Diddy was. Listen, we all knew Diddy was. We all knew Diddy was that guy who was thirsty for the attention. We knew Diddy was thirsty for the front spot. Listen, we hated P. Diddy in the 90s. Okay. We couldn't stand Diddy in the 90s. One thing that I respected about Diddy is when it turned 2010 and this nigga's still around and we watched everybody fall off, but Puff still climbing, he's still doing his thing. And I started to, as I grew up, I started to have a more of a respect for not really him, but his position, his ability to persevere in that industry. A lot of people don't make it that long. You understand? Puffy thought he was above the program. You understand? Puffy even said it out his mouth. He said he said it out his mouth. He said that he can do whatever he wants. Nobody can stop him. You understand? His motto was "Can't stop, won't stop." You dig? That's another thing that I take from Puff. When I'm living life and I'm doing my business, I'm feeding off that energy. When he's talking on Big's song, "Jealousy is a motherfucker." If you a jealous motherfucker, you just a weak motherfucker. Nigga, I love when Puff talk that shit on those records. And he's screaming and giving the motivation. These are the things I love, that I like and respect about Puff. I can separate the man from the content. You understand? Callie said, "I'm from the West and street dudes is foul. No loyalty, crabs, and homos." Let me tell you, man, all these people with these fake principles when it comes to Diddy, man. It's so much worse stuff that's going on out here in these streets. See, 50, he'll snatch up a Melly. Like if YNW Melly came home, he'll go work with YNW Melly. He's working with all kind of people that have been, in situations, legal situations, done harm to others. But when it comes to Puff Daddy, he's trying to protect the hip hop community. Nigga, get the fuck out of here, man. Come on, man. Giant 4th Q said, "Yo, you on coke? Stop touching that nose." Oh, we got a troll in the building. I ain't know nobody's on coke, sir. Don't project your coke usage, your cocaine usage onto me. All right. Yeah, I just wanted to come in here and I want to spread some gospel, man, and spread some good news to the people, man. Let everybody know. Don't fall for this shit. Y'all need to wake up, man. People need to wake up and stand for something. Just because the internet and these new guys, just because they're out here doing anything, you still got brothers from the old school that are gonna hold on to some sort of integrity, man. It's certain things we not gonna do. Callie said, not Diddy, Big U, Suge, Fifth. JJ, what it do, homie? Oh, John said he's not trolling. Okay. No problem, Holmes, no problem. Yeah, but we're gonna see. The best part about this shit is Puffy's gonna be home soon, y'all. And you know he's gonna show his ass. Okay. I believe when Puffy gets home, if they don't re-indict him, okay, because this documentary, I believe, was to serve two purposes. This documentary was to see, let me tell you, after Puff got found innocent of the RICO, people started to have compassion towards Puff. 50 Cent didn't like that. So he wanted to try to show people his true character. A lot of that footage is cut up. A lot of these people were witnesses in the trial that they lost. A lot of these people weren't even used in trial. Some of these people were used in trial, and the jurors said they were no good. They weren't credible. The Dawn chick, Aubrey O'Day, didn't even show. She didn't even come to court. You dig? A lot of these people on this documentary, a lot of this information was bogus. The jury told us it was bogus in court. These are the scraps and remnants and the leftovers of what they had from that bullshit trial. We told y'all, if you go to my channel years ago, I told y'all this whole trial is bullshit. He should not be charged with a RICO. What happened? He got found innocent. 50 Cent wants to come out and okay, cool, you got found innocent, cool, watch this. I want to make people hate you. I don't want you. See, 50 does seem like that type of nigga that doesn't want, he'll hate on somebody else's love. You dig? And let me tell you, it's not going the way 50 thought it was going to go. It's a lot of people celebrating, but if you pay attention, a lot of people are clowning 50, man. I see majority of the comments that I see are people sharing their disapproval for what 50 is doing. Nobody's really respecting this play, man. If you really pay attention, a lot of people not really respecting what 50 doing, rightfully so. So it's not really going, it's making him look, it's fucking his legacy up. At the end of the day, listen, 50 years from now, 50 years from now, when we look back at this, I won't be here. But when history looks back at this, 50 Cent gonna look like the house nigga that he is. You dig? Drake said, 50's a part of the corporate propaganda when it comes to Diddy. Yes, I believe so. Callie said, Jay-Z, everybody, Pac, and Cat called out. Free R. Kelly, never let your enemies tell you who your friends are. Bobby Heenan said, will they welcome Diddy like they welcome Max B? Who did some bum, whereas a civilian lost his life on both robberies? Son was quite mad in Trenton. Yeah, I heard about that Max B thing, man. I remember I was bumping Max B real heavy. I was following him and French real heavy back in that day, and I remember the case. Well, see, Max B is going to have his 15 minutes of fame. The reason why Max B's welcome home looks so illustrious is because of French Montana. All right, French Montana has the bag. And I want to tell y'all what a lot of people don't know, even with this documentary, okay, when you have money for public relations, when you have money for media, you can make anything look the way you want it to look. You dig? Max B had the money behind him to make his welcome home look so great. You know, you can buy positive accolades and positive media. They took him to dinner. They brought him the best jewels. He's in those spots. That's easy when you got money. French Montana just married the prince, a billionaire prince over in Dubai. The prince, she's a princess, my fault. He just married the princess. You dig? So the bag is real heavy over there. You dig? Charles Cooper said, I don't believe no one will give a F 50 years from now about what 50 has done today. Yeah, all right, okay. The reason why I say that, because we can look back today and we can look at history of those house niggas that have crossed other people. Maybe Charlie Cooper, what is your lineage? Are you black, white, Mexican? What are you? Because you got to really understand what's going on. You know, it's coming out now, or people understand now that Jesse Jackson and some people around Martin Luther King set him up. This is what I mean. 50's on the wrong side of history. You understand? John Smith said Bobby Shmurda was too real for the world. Shout out to Shmurda, man. Yeah, he was. I mean, that's just a fact. Shmurda is a real individual. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he kind of missed his turn when he went away. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, I believe that when it comes to the entertainment world, listen to what I'm saying now. When it comes to the entertainment world, I believe that when we look back at Diddy's story, we look back at 50's story. This will be in the history books. You dig? Quote unquote. Hey, Bobby Heenan, my father told me I'm related to James Clyburn. That's funny, because my father's side from South Carolina. That's hilarious, man. My man said he related to Jesse and James Clyburn. That's funny. Yeah, man, but yeah, my father. Look, I went to my pops, man, because you know, James Clyburn. He was, you know, they asked him like, "What do you want?" Election season, like, "What do you want, man?" He was like, I don't want nothing. We don't want no tangibles. And I went to my pops. I'm like, "Pops, man, you see this dude James Clyburn?" He was like, "Yeah, that's my cousin." I'm like, "Nah, man, we don't have no raccoons in our family, man. No, sir." Yeah. But I wanted to tap in. Yeah, 50 is a sellout. Molly Moo. A lot of them. I'm gonna say it again. A lot of people are looking at 50 sideways, and that's why I believe there's a force bigger than what we're seeing. There's something behind 50, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like some real Fed shit. This is some COINTELPRO shit. This is different, man. You know what I'm saying? To executive produce a whole documentary on the fall of Diddy, to obtain this footage. Where did they get the footage from, y'all? Where did they get this footage from? Bobby Heenan said he doesn't come to the family function, but he sends a written letter every year. Oh, that's crazy. That's something he would do. How you not gonna come to the family? How you gonna send a letter to the family function? Gibbs says, roll up some Zah, Unc. Hell nah, man. Respects, though. What you mean, Gibbs? What I say wrong? Tell me where I'm lying, bro. Tell me where I'm lying. You dig? Yeah, we don't throw our own underneath the bus when it comes to the legal system. It ain't about, see, I saw a debate online like, you know, you're the problem if you call 50 a snitch. Listen, all snitching is not about street shit. You understand? Snitching, you don't have to be a street dude to be against betrayal, to be against bitch assness. You know what I'm saying? This is a prime example of bitch assness, what 50 is doing. John Smith said, keep up the good work. Got to go. Shout out to you, homie. Molly Moo said, Diddy sued the liquor company. Yep. Ray Rodriguez says 50 always had a dislike with that man. Look, 50 had a dislike for everybody. See, 50, we first heard of 50 Cent from How to Rob. He came out with hater energy. You see what I'm saying? 50 started out with hater energy. He dissed everybody in the industry to get to where he is. You see what I'm saying? Look, I believe when Diddy come home, it's gonna get very interesting. You know what I'm saying? Diddy is still a powerful dude. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. Davey Lewis said, salute Fifth. Thank you for exposing him, for putting the play in motion for Tupac and Big's demise. Davey Lewis, we just went over that, bro, and you clearly drank the Kool-Aid, brother. If you believe that Diddy had something to do with Pac being unalive, then you just a little slow, man. You know, I can't help you. There's plenty of information. You got Orlando's family, right? That testified, that talked to us. You got Keefe D that told us the whole story. You dig? The whole Compton, LA knew who did the Pac shit the day or week, the day after it happened. You know what I'm saying? Maurice Barner said, Orlando is dead. Don't explain yourself. Molly Moo said, 50 got all them shows, follow the money. Yeah, you can follow that paper trail. 50 isn't snitching. The proof is in the pudding. He's been doing this for years. Okay, see, my man, what's your age, bro? What's your age? Bobby Heenan said, let's normalize not listening to these fake street rules. I've seen so many call real street dudes the opposite under certain conditions. Yeah, listen, I'm not in the street. I don't adhere to street rules. But I will hold a street nigga accountable. Nigga, if you say you a street nigga, why are you doing a documentary trying to indict another man? You dig? Yeah, Brand P the mogul said, I'm talking about Diddy. Yeah, I know who you talking about, bro. You think Diddy had Pac unalive? You think that's why Pac is not here? You think that's why Biggie's not here? We know who took Biggie out or had Biggie took out. This is, the law knows this here. See, a lot of y'all haven't been following this shit. Man, as soon as I got YouTube, one of the first things I dived into was who killed Pac and Biggie. That was one of the first things I wanted to know when I got this YouTube shit. And I had a DVD. It was some foreign cat who did a whole investigative broadcast on it. You understand? And broke it down. It's been broke down many times. Lewis Square said, all that street bullshit is nonsense. MF is pick and choose what counts as snitching and what don't. Who gets a pass and what is not. Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree. Marvin Rosario said it's all about the money. How much money does 50 need, man? I mean, Jat says, are you defending a rapist and a woman abuser? Let me say this, I'm defending the law. Okay, I'm defending justice. Okay, so all that rape, he wasn't convicted of rape and he wasn't convicted of beating a woman. You understand? So we're not talking about those cases because there are no cases. Okay, was he wrong for what he did to Cassie in that hallway? Of course. Did we find out Cassie was a piece of shit? Of course we did. Did we find out she orchestrated a lot of those freak offs and asked to get peed on? Of course we found that out. So, you know, don't try to make it seem like I'm defending. This is what people do when they don't like what I'm saying. You dig? Jat said, are you mad that 50 is doing a documentary on a disgusting human being like Diddy? Yeah, I am. Jat, did you know 50 tried to burn his baby mother's house down? Did you know that? Did you know he had to pay money and he got a charge for over that? A suit over that? Did you know that? He tried to burn his baby mother's house down? My point is, nobody, who's perfect? It's people like Jet, 1990, that act like they have done nothing wrong. The only thing is Diddy's flaws and his character flaws and shortcomings are on the big screen. I want to ask you a question, Jet. What if we put your real life on the big screen? See, nobody ever asked themselves stuff like that because their secrets are safe. Their secrets are tucked into their personal life. Their anger issues, their low vibrational side is tucked deep down where nobody can see. Diddy's, on the other hand, Diddy's is on the big screen. Marv Rosario said Diddy got convicted of BS. Cassie was with the shits. Someone powerful wanted Diddy out the way. We will find out once he gets out if he's able to speak. I agree 100%. And I believe they're using 50 cents to continue the agenda. See, all the fluoride people, the people that got fluoride in their brain, this is not for you. This is for the critical thinkers. This is not for the people that were told something about 50 Cent and now we running around here and we calling Diddy a horrible human being. This is not the channel for you, okay? You hate, obviously, you probably hate black people and black men. You got issues of your own, you dig, and you got to work that out. This is for the critical thinkers, man. Matthew said, I'm older than you and did the homework. He's a man butt lover. He called himself the man who hugs you from behind. He said that it's so clear you like yourself. Okay, so let me ask you this without trolling, okay? What does that have to do with being in a federal prison? What does that have to do with being in a federal prison? That has nothing to do with the law putting out a witch hunt on a black man, giving him a RICO, a fake RICO. That has nothing to do with that. I'm talking about real deal civil rights, man. Jat said it's not that I don't like what you're saying. I have it my own. No, shout out to you for your opinion, bro. Everybody got an opinion. Hey, Crosby, you can just bounce, Holmes. Y'all want to talk crazy in here and troll, y'all can just bounce. You dig? Yeah, hey, Molly Moo. That's funny you said that. Either 50 is doing this to make sure, to ensure this doesn't happen to him. It seems like he's made a deal with the devil. But we know nobody gets out of this clean. Eddie Griffin told us nobody gets out of this clean. Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly. They tried to come for Jay-Z. It's countless. James Brown. I mean, the list goes on and on of our black icons who have been slandered and their name is fucked up. Michael Jackson took over his royalties, publishing, and he got publishing back for people like Sly Stone and other people. And right after that, what you saw on the tabloid, a lot of y'all too young, but you saw Wacko Jacko. And he had these strange cases. And the crazy part about it is he beat those cases. And then years later, it comes out the kids lied, right? So this is how they play, man. This is how they play. Teresa Knox said, I would never defend anyone who sends kids, period. And if you do, sends kids where, Teresa? You sound uneducated on the topic. Brooklyn, NY, what it do, homie? Yeah, I don't know what you're saying, sweetheart, but you got to get it together. All right, NK, you can bounce too. You can bounce too. We having a productive conversation, man. Big shout out to everybody in here, man. Y'all know I haven't been on consistently like that anymore. I've been very busy, man. I got a lot of shit going on. But I'm gonna try to stop in, as much as I can. You dig? Yeah. Harry Lloyd said there's 4 billion women on Earth. Why isn't it? I don't know what he's talking about. These dudes is trolling. OJ, let's talk about OJ. OJ was innocent, bro. OJ was innocent. Yeah. Now let's talk about OJ for 1 second. You mean to tell me that OJ, somebody who has never unalived anybody before, can go to Nicole's house, get into a great big scuffle, repeatedly, 2 people to unalive him, and he comes out with 1 little scratch? No way possible. No way possible. I'm talking about 2 grown-ass people. Go home and try to fight your girl now. You gonna come up, it's not gonna be as easy as you think. You understand? Especially when somebody's fighting for their life. That's just one person. Imagine two people. You dig? Right. Abdul said, I know he didn't do it. A white serial killer did it. Yes, and he even admitted to it. He even admitted to it. You got somebody that admitted to it. Nessie B, new subscriber from the world is a big stage, from media to the White House. Shout out to you. I'm gonna hit your joint back too. Ray Rodriguez said he tackled them first without them seeing him coming. No, there was a fight that ensued. The stab wounds are not consistent with being ran and knocked down. And where'd you get that from? The police planted evidence. Did y'all know that? Officer Mark Furman. Listen, I know y'all. Listen, y'all want all the black men to be locked up. Y'all want all the black men to be guilty. We know. We already know. Even black folks. You see what I'm saying? Even some no good black folks. Yeah, lock these niggas up, bruh. Mark Furman planted evidence. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about that. Yeah, no, OJ was innocent. I mean, you don't know the case. We got the one big major piece of evidence that he was found not guilty by a jury of 12. That's one. And two, it was a cold assassin that did that. Common sense tells you that. Not a loving, fun guy named OJ Simpson that had been divorced from his wife for years, right? Nessie B said, I totally agree. If you do what the higher ups say to stage your downfall, just ask Cat Williams. Charles Cooper said, yes, they tried to make sure, you gonna make excuses for the white police. I know you are. No problem, no problem. Mark Furman was a bona fide white supremacist. Do y'all know Mark Furman was a bona fide, like a real deal white supremacist, a white extremist? Patrick Porter said, I do like 50, but seeing the documentary yesterday, and it's 100% snitchy. Yeah, bro, 1000%. Brand Peter Mogul said OJ didn't do that. Yeah, anybody, you can't sell us that bullshit, man. It was a point in time I thought OJ did it, but once you really break it down, like, nah. Yeah. The big dude said, why did he always joke about getting away with it? Bro, if you really did something, would you make jokes about it? If you really did something like that, would you make jokes about it? After a while, the whole world, even in people on this thread, is like, yeah, OJ did it. They put that in our head so much, OJ got away with murder. Why wouldn't he, like, troll the people? He's already labeled. Even though he was found guilty, I'm found innocent, found not guilty. They already labeled that man. You dig? He went to his grave with the whole world thinking that he did that. When somebody already confessed to it. When the evidence doesn't match up. When the glove didn't fit, so they had to acquit. And y'all niggas still talking about he did it. It's snitchy, and let me tell you, I'm gonna say it again. 50 Cent's documentary is nothing short of what a bitch ass nigga would do. That's bitch assness. That's bitch nigga shit. They not gonna monetize this video. I'm cussing up a storm. But I don't know about y'all. I don't know what neighborhood y'all from. I don't know where y'all from. We don't rock out like that. That's a no-no. If we don't like somebody, we see them, they got shit going on, they go to prison. That is what we don't assist. We don't assist it. It ain't got nothing to do with being in the street. That just got something to do with integrity. You know what I'm saying? Not being a bitch ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Especially knowing you got a family out here, kids out here. Let's take Diddy out the equation. We know he got a family of kids and employees. 50 knows this. Listen, I truly believe that somebody put 50 up to that. Somebody incentivized 50 to do that. He's a house nigga. 50's a house nigga, y'all. You dig? A big cheesing gorilla. He loves the pat on the head from white folks. He always has. You dig? DeLeon says Cassie was a child. Man, please, man, spare me. That's not what the sex worker said. See, the problem is y'all be on here trying to tell us how it went when the people that were involved have plenty of interviews out and they're telling us how it really went. You dig? That gig is up. Last year, maybe before the trial ended, y'all could have got away with this. But you got the Punisher. You got all the sex workers that are telling us how everything went. You dig? She was bout it. Isley of Mansa Musa, yeah. Shawty was bout it. Yeah, we know 50's baby mother was getting tossed up. 50's baby mother was Jane Doe in the case. You know what I'm saying? We know this. Brand Peter Mogul said it wasn't any of 50's business to assist with that documentary. He's in it for the money. Definitely wasn't his business. Teresa Knox said, this dude is down with Diddy. I'm out. Don't waste your time on these sites. I know you don't like it, sweetheart. I know you want niggas locked up. We already know. No problem. No problem. We already know you want our greats, the people that have done so much in the entertainment world, to be locked up. We already know. This is the same song. And this is why I'm here. I'm here to let y'all know that there are still people out here, right? Listen, let me say something. If there was really a RICO, I wouldn't defend anything. If there would, see, the reason why I'm speaking up is we knew from the jump that RICO was bogus. And I didn't like that because the law is supposed to uphold the law, right? This is not about personality. But when I saw that witch hunt, when I saw them run up in his house talking about sex workers, we knew it was bogus. Now, we're real Americans. Foundational Black Americans, we're real Americans. We're real patriots, right? So we want the law to function the way it was designed. We're not going to pick and choose, right? Because if it was your family or something, or your favorite artist or something, you wouldn't like it, right? No, I want to see the law work for everybody. Because if I get into some shit or my family get into some shit, I want the law to work for them too. You dig? Yes, who said that? LOL Bird said bogus. Yeah, it was bogus. That's why he got found innocent. That's why it was a not guilty verdict on the RICO. Yeah, it was bogus. What part of that don't you understand? Yeah, uphold the law, man. Why is it when it come to black people, right? The law is supposed to work however it wants to work. Why is it when it comes to us, the courts can just do whatever the fuck they want to do? And you so-called patriots, right? Y'all not gonna speak up because y'all don't like the individual's personality. Y'all don't like the fact that he's rich and he's dancing in y'all face, and he's a human and he have fucked up and he done made mistakes and he's done evil things. Okay, who hasn't done evil things? Leo DiCaprio said, "You broke, that's why." My man, come on, cuz. That's something a broke nigga would say. Okay? I'm broke. Hassan Ahmad said, "Bro, just keep quiet. You're a Diddy gobbler." You're mad, Hassan. You're mad that Diddy will be home soon. It didn't go the way you guys wanted it to go. You wanted him to get life, didn't you? You wanted him to get life, didn't you? You want that black man to get life just because the feds said so. No evidence. I hate Diddy because the feds told me to hate Diddy. I hate Diddy because he was a quote-unquote billionaire. How dare that black man be a billionaire? Jat said, "Not life, but you should definitely sit for your crimes committed." Let me tell you something. Diddy is in a federal prison for hiring prostitutes. That is unheard of. That is an injustice. Whether you like him or not, that man is in a federal prison for hiring prostitutes. Meanwhile, you all's hero is Luigi Mangione. See, let me tell y'all the difference out here. Luigi Mangione, or however you say his name, he walked up to a CEO of an insurance company and took his life. Took him away from his kids, his family. Y'all cheered him on. This is why I'm here. Y'all some fucking hypocrites. Kyle Rittenhouse, Daniel Penny. You dig? But y'all so worried about Diddy. You dig? Exotic Barbie said, I'm from Chicago but lived in LA 94 to 96. OJ was guilty as F. Hassan said, free Jeffrey Dahmer. See, you just proved my point. Y'all love Jeffrey Dahmer. He's a hero in the white community. Make it make sense. Ted Bundy, Charles Manson, they don't have the stench that Diddy has in the white community. Come on, man. Like, and it's niggas out here that fall for this shit. They don't throw theirs under the bus like this. They don't throw theirs under the bus like this. They hold theirs in high. I'm talking about mass murderers. You dig? Dirk Diggler said Manson was a beast. Even blacks loved him, Goofy. I don't know any black that loved Charles Manson. That's your fantasy, sir. Again, I just told you. When I tell the chat, I said that white folks love Charles Manson. You don't see people on here talking about he's a horrible human being. Diddy's in jail for buying prostitutes for his girlfriends. I'm here to expose the hypocrisy, man. That's what I'm here for. You dig? Daquan said, people still missing the logic. He's not comparing the crime. He's saying how y'all treat white criminals, period. Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, white people stay on code. I give them that respect. They stay on code. They know when to shut their mouth. You dig? Somebody did something wrong in the white community? Shh. We'll talk about that behind closed doors. You dig? They'll go grab a nigga like 50. Hey, nigga, go make this documentary. Oh, that's your ass. Okay? Come on, man. Look, we got Hassan saying, lock up Jay-Z. This is what I'm talking about. We know y'all want all the greats out of here. We already know, dog. Listen, I got to bounce, y'all. Peace. I appreciate y'all. Great stream. I'll be back probably this weekend or next week. Y'all be good, man. Peace.